episode 524 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for May 9th, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's been going on, Dominic?
Man, not much. It's been some game news out there. It's been some surprises, man. We're going to talk about that Nintendo pop up direct they had, man. So that's going to be interesting. Just going to get right into it quick. The in sports, Orioles have been looking great, but a lot of the league hasn't been looking super great either. So they're in the thick of things, even though they're in a virtual tie for last place in the division. It's not. I mean, thing is, everybody's kind of bunched up in the league, and especially in the American League, the top two teams is Tampa Bay and Yankees. They're the ones who have a really good records, and then everybody else is below 500. I mean, I've seen other places too, second place is below 500, in the National League East with the Nationals actually up there. It's been some disappointing teams, but the top teams in the league, I've been seeing, Atlanta's playing Dodgers right now. They're two of the top teams in the National League. Padres has been doing all right. I haven't seen what they've done lately though, so I don't know what their record is. Have been. I remember last week they were right behind the Dodgers. But like I said, in the American League, it's Yankees, Tampa Bay, and I don't know who's really after them. Honestly, I think everybody else is pretty. I mean, there are a few teams above 500. I mean, how Oakland, who Orioles are playing now, are technically above 500. But it's not a lot. But hey, I mean, I'd rather be in their position than where we are. But that's injuries still are a problem again, just like last year. But I mean, it's not the end all be all. I think, because I think it's some of the key players are just not producing like they should, and I mean, injuries they also hurt. I mean, they also hurt us too, because it's third base, we have a guy who, one of the prospects, is playing now. He's only playing because of Westberg being out, injured again, but he's turned out to be not what we want him to be, and we're you would hope hey, Westberg's hurt. At least we got this guy can come up who was looked at as a top prospect a couple years ago, but he's not panning out on both ends, defensively and offensively, and he even cost us a game technically 2 days ago. But yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but I mean, I don't see this team even if they do somehow get to the playoffs going forward, because the pitching. I just look at the pitching and it's man, we don't got the pitchers, and so I don't see it going that far, and it's unfortunate. And I don't know what you can do, because you didn't go out and get anybody. And thing is, the only hope I had was that, hey, people turn out to be better. They got better. They got better to a point where they do become aces or something like that. But unfortunately, that hasn't happened, and then other people got injured, and it sucks. But I mean, it's not to a point where I'm oh man, I just give up on the season, because like I said, I look at the rest of the league, I'm yo, nobody else is really doing that good. So it's I can just go enjoy this year with whatever happens until, if things fall apart, they fall apart. But yeah, so that's really it for baseball. I know NBA's been going on. When I've been talking to friends or family who watches it, because I don't really watch it, I know Lakers are down 0-2 against the defending champs, the Thunder. I know right now Spurs are tied in this series against the Timberwolves. The Celtics are out in the first round. They lost to the 76ers, which is a bit of an upset. And the 76ers are down 0-2 though against who are they playing against? The Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks. So and Detroit, I forget what they are. I think they're up. I want to say they're up in this series. Uh I mean they the who they play? They're playing not Toronto, Cleveland. I want to say they're up 2-0, maybe. I'm not sure. It's either 1-1 or 2-0. But yeah, yeah, I mean the way I'm here, what I'm hearing is that it's really between the Thunder and Spurs, like for the whole thing. Like people think those teams are just better than the teams over in the East. And Wimbiata. I mean, I pronounced his last name probably wrong, but he's like the big, like he's like the basically the golden boy right now, man. He's just awesome. Like he's a tall ass dude and everything. That I mean, like French dude, and he's been doing good for San Antonio, and yeah, I I don't mind that. I mean, really, I'm just a Laker hater. So as long as the Lakers get out, I'm all good, and I can just root for anybody else. I'm curious to see if the Knicks can finally get there. 'Cause I never see the Knicks really win. I mean, they haven't won in my lifetime. Like, they only won one NBA championship, which is crazy for a New York team. And can they finally get over the hump? I mean, it's going to be tough to get over the hump if they got to go against either of those teams, but still, like, they got shot. Can the 76ers give it a hump in my lifetime? Because 76ers never won they didn't win in my lifetime either. That was before I was born also. They Then you have the Detroit. Detroit, I haven't seen one. And like this, they're like basically, and they're a team that I'm a little frustrated with because like they kind of went through what the Wizards did, but they come out and be number one in the freaking East, and like they've done a great season while we still haven't not developed anything. Like hopefully next year will be the year we actually can do something. Hoping that comes true. But I mean, even then, I don't know. Maybe I will watch NBA. I mean, if it's interesting, but that's the only way. That's the only way. The Wizards have to be competitive for me to start watching NBA again. Uh, what else is happening? NFL. I guess you got like I know there's some early camp stuff happening, but I haven't paid attention to that. I know that thing with Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel. There's other things have come out from that. They even did something on inside the NBA, which they do every year when someone loses in the playoffs. They say they have a gone fishing picture, so they show like, hey, they so people like the news they gone fishing. So they show the team and people of that city, like famous people of that city who got something to do with it.
Uh-huh.
So they had a boat of like some people on the team, players on the team on there. Then they had like Ben Simmons, not Ben Simmons. What's his name? His last name's Simmons. Bill Simmons, who was sports. Like he's a, I don't know if he was a writer,
Commentator.
but yeah, but he has a commentator. Yeah, definitely. He has his own podcast and everything. And he's up there because he's Boston area. And then they also have, I think it's all Matt Damon on the boat. And then they have on the front of the boat Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini, like he holding her, like on Titanic kind of thing. And thing is, ESPN, they've been really staying away from the story. Like that's what the talk is. Like I haven't really watched ESPN like that, the news part of it anyway, and they've been really staying away from the story. But it's now, inside the NBA is part of ESPN now. But what you find out, like somebody said, is that inside the NBA, they do their own stuff. Like ESPN has no say in what they do as far as that, like what they put up. So they don't know, like they do that. So now when they put it up, now the guys they didn't really say nothing except for I think Kenny said something. It's like, hey, who's that in the front? I don't recognize those people. He used to joke. Like, I don't, but I like that they actually did it because they get, that's still the talk, is that how people, it seems a little biased of that story, that people, because of Diana Rossini, because she's a journalist and people knew her, they're not talking about it. Right. But I don't think it's fair because y'all talk about the players or coaches who go through these scandals. like y'all go hard on them, and I think like you gotta be fair. Like, yeah, you need to go hard on Vabral, like, but also you didn't mention that's her. Like, it. I'm sorry, this is a story. This is huge, and this is a huge deal. And now and stuff keeps coming out, and like I'm curious if what happens with Vabral after this. Like, not what happens with him because I feel like it's still his decision because legally, the team. I mean, it doesn't sound like legally they can just fire him. I mean, it might unless it's just something in his contract says that, but I haven't anything reported on that. So I'm thinking like it isn't. Like if they fire him, he can easily sue and get money because I mean, just like I want to say that even this we call it Gruden because he got let go because of some racist stuff he did in the past. I want to say he won the lawsuit though that he
Oh,
sued to
really?
get his money back. Because I mean, you can't. I mean, yeah, because it's probably like you can't just fire them and something. And plus, you know what? I bet the team knew that too. They knew like, yeah, potentially he probably could win this lawsuit, and they're okay with that. Like you just pay them money to get rid of that PR. But yeah. So yeah, if stuff keep coming out and things like that, I'm wondering if he stays. If yeah, if Rabel will stay or take like a leave or absence or something. I don't know. It's crazy that they just went to the Super Bowl. You know, he just took the team to the Super Bowl, man, and all this stuff just comes out, man.
Yeah.
It's really it's really funny. I mean, I know it's not funny, but it is funny from my view. It's funny.
Oh yeah, for us, it's
Yeah,
we're not
it's
dealing with
hilarious.
it.
I mean, shit. Because it's their choice. They did
Yeah,
it. They did it to
these are the
themselves.
consequences of their own actions. Boo hoo.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it's something like yeah, it's not something else like this isn't a thing of like oh sexual assault or something. No, this is actually somebody infidelity. Like so it's like whatever. Um. So yeah, so that's all I really got in sports. I can't think of. I mean, anything else come up? Think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well. This ain't really. Well, it's kind of sports because he did have something to do with the Braves. Ted Turner passed away
Yeah,
recently, and I honestly thought he died years ago. But
I kind
yeah,
of forgot he was alive. I definitely haven't seen that man in a very long time. So
yeah, and I was like, oh crap, Ted Turner, he passed away. I thought yeah, I thought it's like I thought I must got mixed with someone else. But yeah, he passed away recently, man, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I know he was a media mongrel. He really brought basically the media big time in Atlanta area.
mhm.
And of course, like the Braves, like, hey, they were one of the teams that you saw everywhere because of TBS. TBS got
Yep.
started having hosting all their games. Just like
I
how
think that's probably
WGN.
why I ended up as a fan of the Braves outside of, like Greg Maddux and Chipper Jones and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
exactly. I mean, I
yeah,
think that's
because
why I
I
like them.
I
Yeah,
had the ability to see him. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and, I mean, they were good too. So it wasn't like you just
Oh,
saw them and
there was
struck.
that. Yeah.
It
Especially
wasn't
when
like you
we're
just saw them.
out here struggling with
Yeah,
these Orioles.
yeah, exactly. So and then like WGN, I remember like they was have all the Cubs games, but Cubs wasn't always good. So that's why I think I never got attached to the Cubs. I just
Yeah.
always knew like, oh, this is a team that hasn't won in 100 something, like so many years at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Yeah, rest in peace, him. And yeah, because that's what I really know him as. I really know him like the big media guy and also the Family Guy episode where yeah, he was an inspiration for me. He was an inspiration for me, Daniel, though, because like he had a gap tooth, and I thought like you know what, I have a gap tooth too, and one day I'll be rich like him. But so but yeah. All right. So what's going on in the wrestling world?
Nothing much. They did on Dynamite have a kind of tribute to Ted Turner, though, him being kind of fundamental in WCW, of course, and then bringing back AEW and getting them a TV deal. Obviously, he wasn't, fundamentally involved with that, but, having his network be, the place that they're the home to. They brought out Sting because Sting did have, a connection with him
Yeah.
back from the WCW days. So him and Tony Schiavone, who also has been around since the WCW days, had a nice little speech about him. But yeah, I mean, as far as wrestling goes, WWE is going to have Backlash this week. And it seems like an all right card in general. We're finally getting the Io Sky versus Asuka match, but with Kyrie now being gone from the company, that's kind of weird. I've seen some rumors that maybe she could be involved and maybe they'd pay her for like a one-off thing or something. But like, why get her back involved in the story if she's just going to go away again? I don't know that really makes any sense. John Cena is going to be a Backlash, but it sounds like just to announce like the release date of this Club WWE thing that they're doing now, which just sounds awful.
Why does it sound awful? What's you do?
Just because it sounds like one of these things where it's like, oh, the more money you give us, you get points back, and like that kind. It sounds like a rewards type thing.
Oh, it definitely
is.
Like
nothing like advantageous to the consumers, really.
But you're helping the company.
But I'm helping the company. It's not a company that needs my help right now. Yeah, and just to follow up on what we talked about last week.
It's been hard times out there, Daniel. They need help too.
They do. They do need help, but not the kind I can give them. Yeah, with the New Day leaving, there's a couple other people it sounds like are all also gone. Tonga Loa. I think I mentioned him, Jeff Cobb, as well last week. There's a lot of talk going around now that basically WWE came to a lot of wrestlers and basically said, hey, we're going to renegotiate your contract for a significant amount less. Some people like, millions of dollars less. Some people basically like half. And some people allegedly have taken those contracts. Now I've seen it discussed that like, okay, well, they come to you and when you re-sign, like I've seen talk of like a guy like Drew McIntyre, right? One of the podcasts I listened to talked about him. And there's nothing confirmed here, but he's a guy that when he resigned, he was, close to the top of the card. The Rock gave him a sword. It was kind of a big deal that he re-signed, and now they're not really doing much with him. He's a guy that you could go to and say, hey, we signed a contract for $8 million, but how about $4 million? Or you walk out the door. And I could see if I'm in that position, maybe going, okay, maybe I will take $4 million. It's still $4 million. And if I'm not doing much on TV, I'm not worried about it. I'm still just getting $4 million for sitting and catering, I guess. I could see, some people, especially if you're a guy, the Miz's name has been thrown out there a lot too. The Miz isn't necessarily a guy who's going to be a big get for AEW, even though I think the Miz could do something in AEW. He's not going to be a great wrestler. He's never going to be a guy whose matches I would want to see in AEW. But, kind of on the fringes doing his comedy shtick, I think he could add something to the program. But he's not someone that Tony Khan is going to like drop a house payment on, to get him in the door. So I get it. It really sucks though that, this company that is making money hand over fist is trying to take advantage of these people, because it's easy to say, like, oh, $8 million this, $50 million that, whatever, right? But it's like the argument we've had about like the NBA and the NFL, right? Where the percentage that the players, or in this case, the wrestlers, get out of the companies is very low. I mean, for WWE, it's like significantly lower than even like the NFL and the NBA. My understanding is like those are about like 50-50 ish. And for like WWE, it's like 10 to 20% of their money goes to the wrestlers themselves.
Oh, okay.
And what is the company if not the wrestlers, right? Like it's all about your talent, so you have to invest in them.
It's the commercials.
It is the commercials. I mean, just look at the ring mat in WWE now. Obviously, it's the commercials. And there's a lot of talk going around right now because WrestleMania is in Saudi Arabia next year. And TKO has basically come out and said, like, hey, we're committed, even with the issues that are happening over there right now, we're committed to all of this stuff. They've got UFC events for over there, they got boxing events for over there, and obviously WrestleMania, but they also have another WWE event this year coming up shortly, I believe. But it sounds like there's maybe only like 2 years left on that deal for WWE. So,
They're gonna renew it.
Well, that's what people wonder, because right now, Saudi Arabia pulled out of the Live Golf stuff, and obviously they were putting a lot more
they
money.
Really did?
Yeah, that was my understanding. That's what I thought I saw.
I mean, I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it makes you wonder if this is beneficial to them. And I guess, we'll see how well WrestleMania does for them. But maybe they feel like they've gotten their whitewashing, done. They've laundered their appearance enough, and they're good for now. Maybe they don't need that stuff. And they would rather invest their money elsewhere. So yeah, wrestling right now feels more of the politics around wrestling being interesting than what's actually happening in the wrestling, or at least in WWE, and that's kind of always been the case. But yeah, that's it for wrestling for now.
All right, so I guess we get to what we're watching. So you did watch the final episode. I didn't watch it yet. And how'd you like it? The final episode of Daredevil, Born Again.
Yeah, the final episode of Daredevil Born Again season 2, I thought it was really good. It's we've talked a lot about this season as far as being like a setup that never really goes anywhere. It again feels like it ends on a cliffhanger, but one that's kind of like an end to the story that they were telling.
Okay.
Setting up for more thing. There's potential for more, but it's not like, oh God, what's going to happen on the next episode of Daredevil. So I think they do a good job of successfully wrapping this season up, even though this season felt like it was a very long runway to kind of get to this point. There's very obvious things happen in this episode, but the way that they happen, I think, is what does make it interesting and does make it pretty successful from the way they're telling it. Season 3, I know, is already being filmed, so hopefully we see that soon. But what that actually means for all of these characters, I'm gonna be interested in, because they definitely go some routes with this episode that can complicate, the series. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what next week's Punisher thing ends up being, because that really feels like the biggest kind of what happened here moment from season 1, where it's like, okay, we're gonna go all 8 episodes here of season 2 and not really even mention the Punisher. Like, what are we doing here? He was a very large part of that last season and through the final episode of it.
And he's a Commanders fan.
Yeah, is that why it's important?
No. Yeah. The actor is.
Yeah, because he's like from somewhere around here, right? Did I hear that right?
In Maryland, yeah, somewhere in the Maryland area,
PG County or something.
All right. Anything else you watched?
Just the episode of Universal Basic Guys that you were telling me about. It's what kind of near the end of season 2.
Yeah, I
haven't really watched all the rest of them. Yeah. So yeah, it's episode 17, I think it was, where they're
Yeah.
basically trying to decide whether they're going to renew the universal basic income program that these guys are living off of. And of course, everybody is making like a genuine effort to show why it's important. You know,
Except for
I
him.
get to
We
spend
know
more
he
time.
just spend
Yeah.
he spends more money than he actually gets to me.
I mean, he's got to, like, how
Yeah.
else are you gonna, install adamantium claws in your hands or whatever, or buy an air backpack or and many of the questionable decisions he's made
Yeah.
over the course of this series. Yeah, obviously Mark has a way with money, I guess. He's very frugal in other aspects. I guess they just don't eat, Dominic. I think the house is paid off and they just never eat food
And
ever.
she makes a lot of money as a nurse.
Yeah, there is that too, right? Like, yeah, at least she's got a job, I
Yeah, because
guess.
all his brother eats his hot dog, so
I was gonna say his brother lives a modest life, so yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's probably swindling a portion of his brother's income as well, right? Like that's you know. He's not necessarily stealing it from him, but he's definitely convincing him to go in on him
Oh yeah.
with these things. But yeah, that was a funny episode because it was kind of meta in that it was, basically like the Universal Basic guys, who's like doing a documentary inside the show about kind of their misadventures and how they've been
Yeah.
spending this money. And then at the end when he's
I like
doing
his brother. He
he's
actually
doing
learned
the
the
theme song.
piano. Yeah. He actually. Yeah.
See, that's all we need now to universal basic income. Next thing you know, I'm the next Mozart.
Yep.
So,
All right. So I guess we get into video games then. What we've been playing.
yeah.
So I guess I'll start it off.
Okay.
Been playing some Final Fantasy 16. Like I had it for a while on the PC. I just haven't started yet, and I was like, I'm just been trying to find something like I've been playing a lot of Yakuza, and Yakuza. I mean, it's a long game, man. So I was like, okay, I need a little break from that, and I was like, let me play some Final Fantasy 16, like something new that I haven't played because I haven't looked at really many videos of this, so I don't really nothing about this game. And after playing some, I see that it's more of like a Victorian kind of Eastern. I mean, not Eastern, like Western kind of world, like kind of closer to what Final Fantasy 12 was and 9 and all the old Final Fantasies because they were all like
yeah, very
castles and stuff like that.
European.
Yeah, European. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I do like it. I mean, the dialogue is really good so far. Like I'm like, okay, this is not stupid. And and like I'm like, yeah, this is understandable. It's not confused or anything. It's like it's actually, yeah, it's coherent. And the battle system is definitely action. Like and you only play as one character. At least so far I am. I think that's all.
Yeah.
And it's all right. I mean, I have it pretty easy because no, if these is because of like a special edition or something that I got these accessory rings where they automatically dodge. Like I got a ring it automatically dodges.
Oh wow!
And
Cool.
then I got one that it automatically does the power ups for me or automatically heals me.
Oh jeez. Like okay.
So I was like, oh, these accessories. I said this is a special edition. I said, darn, this made the game really easy. But yeah. So they had that. I mean, it makes the battles look cool and everything. But I'm just pressing. All I do is pressing one button. Yeah, like so. Eventually, I do take them off though. I was like, okay, this is like way too easy. The only thing I keep on is the automatic healing. Like so, when I get hit, it automatically bring my potions on. But I got to the portion where you do get your dog and you meet the guy, this guy who he reminds me of he reminds me of the guy who's the guy who played Sabretooth in the Wolverine movie. That's what he reminds me of.
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah, Yeah, he reminds me of him. But he's but yeah, so far, I mean, I'm intrigued by it. Like, I do want to continue because I'm like,
Mhm.
this is actually like story wise, it's actually pretty good. It doesn't like, yeah, it's a different, yeah, it's definitely different than what I think of like some of the final, like how Final Fantasy 15 was and 13. Yeah, like they really definitely went a different route. Even 10, like they went a different route with this, and yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with it in the story aspects. It's now I can understand people's frustration or not liking that. Hey, man, this is basically an action game. Doesn't feel like an RPG in that sense. I get that. I mean, you call it action RPG, but yeah, I can see the frustration with that. I mean, like I said, I think it's fine. Like I don't have. It's not bad, but like when you think about like Final Fantasy, like especially if you looking for like a JRPG in some sense, that's not what you're looking for. And so
Mhm.
yeah, I understand that. Um, but I see like why you like it, but then I'm like, man, well, you're not the audience. You're not the real audience anyway. Uh, but but yeah, but I see why did get the decent scores it did for it too. I mean, so far,
Mm.
so far, I've seen I don't really have a problem with the game so far as of right now.
I
So
gotcha.
yeah, so I'm like I'm a little surprised that I honestly think with all the game I will have no interest in this game at all. All right. So what else have I played? I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4. Of course, not the new DLC they got
Lords
for
of Hatred or whatever.
it.
Yeah.
But because it is on it is on Game Pass, but I'm playing actually the PS4 version because PS4 has it for free too. They have it where you can it's part of
Oh,
the
okay. Mhm.
PlayStation
The catalog.
Plus whatever extra or I think it's actually extra. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, I've been playing a ton of that on the portal a lot, and yeah, I've been having a good time with that. But I see why some people are just not liking. They're not liking the direction Diablo's taken as far as being
Mhm.
always online, like and everything. Because I mean, Diablo was it was a single player game. I mean, you could play with people. Now, I don't the first game. I'm trying to think of the first game. The first game you play with people, I'm not sure, but it was still a single player aspect to it. And now that they're just forcing you have to stay online regardless. It's yeah, that sucks. And I get it if you want to implement stuff like the seasonal stuff, like hey, every now and then there'll be like a battle that comes up randomly. But you don't have to do that because like they give you an option to say like, hey, do you want to just play the story without that stuff or not? But you still have to be online. And it's like, why?
Mhm.
Why do I have to still be
Mhm.
online? It's just I just want to play the single player. And yeah, that does suck. That does suck that they do that with the game. Um, but yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I also I don't like how they now because of the Lord of Hatred, they do have the DLC for each character. Like they even not just the new characters, like they have like DLC where you unlock different abilities, but it says like, oh, you're only gonna unlock this ability if you have the DLC, and it's like they never done that before, and that some people are
Mhm.
angry about that too. It's like, how are you gonna have things locked for specific characters? Like you having specific abilities locked behind DLC? It's like, what are you doing? Like, just either don't do it or or you can just have it new abilities in there, but you know if you want to play new characters, you just have them behind DLC. But yeah, man, like Blizzard. Like I've never really been paying attention to that space because I'm not really into it. But after like really looking at like forums and what people say, I'm saying like, yeah, I see. There's it's been a frustration build up even from 3 over what direction they've been taking over there at Blizzard, and it's like, man, like I remember Blizzard being like really one of those big companies that people just love and everything. But man, money, yeah, money talks, man, and the way things are going, like it's not so much about like doing things, for the customers, like doing things that's good for our bottom line, and at a minimum, like doing something that's fun for the like good for the customer. Um, so what else has happened? What I mean, what I've been playing? Oh, Space Marine 2. I been playing that game. Like I started that game up too
Nice.
because I was like, man, I've been holding out on this game. Let me just go and start it. And yeah, man, this game is fun. Like it is definitely like with Gears not being like around like it was. This is essentially a good holdover, or
Mm.
between that game having an action shooter of this caliber. I mean, they even got like a chain sword, so that's your chainsaw right there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not really a gun, but yeah, the gameplay, man, I like it. I like what they done with this, and the environments, the graphics, man, it's good, man. Like the action is good. Like it runs real well on the PC. I played it on the PS3 also because I was trying it out there. And yeah, I was like, yeah, this is great. But this is another game where you are, yeah. Now I don't think you don't have to be online, but they do. But they kind of make it so that mods are a hard thing to do. Like you have to it's like a workaround you have to do to get like mods in the game because when I was looking for like doing cheats and stuff that I just said fuck it. I mean I did do it, but then on the corner it says, "Oh, mods are on that you can't play online." So it's like, okay, fine. But why you have to keep that freaking thing up there in the corner that tells me that? And like it teaches me like mods are detected, and it's like, okay,
Mhm.
I know that, but do you have to keep that on screen? And yeah, I was like, that's so stupid. Uh, yeah, so that's like I don't know what they're doing. It's kind of like this is a single player game. Like I'm not playing multiplayer. Like
Yeah.
I'm not playing with anybody right now. Like I can see like, hey, if you wanted somebody to join, like just make it so I can't join. They can't join until I turn them off. But yeah, the- their anti cheat thing is yeah. It doesn't. They went. I think they went too far with it with that stuff. Like it's like you don't have to do that right here. Like because like yeah, because if you even I think there is multiplayer, so it's like you can have they can have their own anti cheat for that portion of the game. Like you don't have to have it for the single player also. Um, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, but no, Space Marines, fun game, man. Like yeah, so it's everything
Nice.
I thought I wanted from it, and
Mm.
yeah, it's pretty good. Um, what else have I played? I played some more Vampire Crawlers. Is there anything much to say on that? Really? Not really, but yeah, play some more of that. Unlock some more people and everything. I also played play anything else significant here. Hold up, because I'm playing a game at the same time. Hey, what else? Do I have anything else up here I didn't mention?
No.
Okay, all right. So that's all I played. So what else you played, man? So
All
man, I
right.
said
So I
what else
played.
you played. Well, what you play?
I played Mixtape this week. That's the new release. Everybody's been kind of clamoring about it. It's getting really high scores. We had seen this at a couple different shows, I think, but it basically gives Life is Strange vibes, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
about teenagers in some pretty white town.
Kind of
Um,
reminds me of the newest kind of what's that new Life is well not the newest Life is Strange game, but the game that came out that wasn't Life is Strange, but it was the one I played a little very little
yeah, the
with the
Bloom
girls.
and Rage,
Yeah,
Rage and Bloom. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
actually I kind of kept mixing these up.
That's what I
And
was too. Yeah,
yeah, and I think that's more traditionally like a Life is Strange game. This I was telling you before we started recording. The gameplay of it is relatively minimal so far. I've probably played about an hour and a half or so, I think. Which it sounds like it's not a particularly long game, which is fine for what it is, as long as it tells an interesting story. And so far, the story that it's telling is pretty interesting. It's basically about this girl and her group of friends, and it's her last night in town before she goes off to New York to try and become a sound engineer. So music plays heavily in the game. Basically, everything revolves around each kind of like chapter is revolving around a singular song that she's listening to. She's basically got her headphones in at all times, and she's kind of narrating the soundtrack of her life. Um, so she's created this mixtape for this last night with
Is this
her
licensed
friends.
music?
Yes, actually. And that's been kind of controversial because there's no streamer mode, which means if you're playing this, you're either gonna, miss out on the experience, only experience the music yourself and not let your stream experience the music,
Oh well.
or
I mean,
get
so playing
struck.
like we played games in the old days when we didn't stream
Exactly.
it.
Ironically enough, I did stream this game, but it was streaming to me because that's how I played
Well,
it.
yeah, exactly. And we don't put sound on.
Yeah, my PC wasn't set up, so I was just streaming this to my laptop, and that worked out really well. It's not it doesn't require a lot of like sensitivity, and it didn't seem like it was struggling at all, like as far as lag or anything. Playing it relatively late at night here on the East Coast. But yeah, there are gameplay sections. At the very beginning of the game, you're skateboarding down the street with your friends, and it's actually more not complicated, but more, I guess, thought out than I would have expected. Like they actually give you the ability to do flip tricks and grab tricks while you're bombing down the hill, which is pretty cool. Really, it's a game a lot about the vibes, and they do a good job with the writing so far and the bits of gameplay. There's a bit very early on in the game where you guys go out and get fast food before you make your way to this party, and you're just listening to this song, jamming along, and you get to press the buttons that basically bang your head. And you've got three different buttons and three different options that kind of do slightly different things, and you're just, banging along at whatever beat you want. And then, you pick up your food and they kind of pause for a moment, and then it goes back to doing it. But now they're doing it with like milkshake in their hand and French fries in their hands. It's really a lot of fun so far, and I'm really enjoying the story that they're telling. It's well written. It's kind of a lot about nostalgia for her too, because while she's preparing to go to this party on her last night in town, she's also, you're going to her house to try and get some booze. And you see something nostalgic, you see pictures that you guys took together a couple of years ago when you first met, and then they go into that scene, and the music for that kicks in, and it's just a very well put together piece of art, I would say. And we'll see by the end of it like how much actual gameplay ends up being involved. But there are the in between bits, the regular kind of Life is Strange bits where you're walking around a room, an environment, picking up things, taking a look at them, getting some commentary on them. But for me, like where Life is Strange diverges is they give you options that maybe change the narrative a bit, which evolves the gameplay more than just, you just kind of doing a life simulator type thing. Whereas this feels like they're telling a specific story that they want to tell. It's not necessarily about your choices. So it's going to feel more kind of on rails. It's a game that if I were to play it again, it's going to be somewhere like way down the line where I'm starting to feel nostalgic for that. It's not something I would jump right back into unless there was like something specifically that I had heard I missed. Because otherwise, it's just kind of going to be the same thing again, right? Um, but it's nice so far. It reminds me kind of like Night in the Woods, right? Where it's mostly kind of narrative, and then
Yeah.
you've got some gameplay interspersed here and there. But I'm really digging it so far.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, sorry that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what? No, actually, there's another game that I've been playing that I didn't put on here. Heave Ho. I've actually been playing that with my daughter a lot. It's a
Okay.
game where you're basically a little circular body guy and you got two arms and you use the analog stick to control like the direction the arms are moving in. Not both sticks, mind you. So it gets a little wild. And then your left and right bumpers control whether you're grabbing or not with that hand. And it's basically like an obstacle course where you have to kind of make your way to the finish line using the left and right motions. But it's a lot of like, oh, I can't just reach over here and grab this. I have to swing myself. And okay, now there are spikes here. So I have to avoid that. It's a very cute little game. It's very clever. Initially, it seemed like very complicated. Like even for me, the basically the second level after kind of the training set of levels felt like they ramped up the difficulty in a way that just didn't really make sense for what the game kind of portrays itself as, which is a relatively family friendly thing. Um, but it does eventually. I don't know if it's tied to how many deaths you have or how long, it's taken you to beat a course, but eventually they do start to instill like accessibility things like, okay, if you can't actually reach this without swinging and you can't swing, here's going to be like a pole that you can grab onto so you can just make your way across by grabbing and releasing. um it's been interesting because like I was struggling with some of it. My daughter was absolutely struggling with some of it. Um, but after a couple of nights of playing it together, I think we got in kind of a rhythm where as long as we were working together pretty well, it made a lot of the challenges a lot easier because like I might not be able to grab, the distance, but if the two of us, I can grab onto her arm, we're effectively double the length now. Now she can grab on, and as long as she grabs on and holds on to that point, then I can swing over, grab onto the next point, and keep going from there. Um, Definitely a fun kind of party style game. It goes up to 4 players, and I'm interested to see how like if the gameplay evolves between having 1 to 4 players, because like it would feel like with 4 players everything would get easier because then you can make a longer and longer chain, right? um so I don't know if it actually scales in a certain way, like the gaps get bigger or something like that, but it'd be interesting to see if they did something like that. But yeah, it's a game that's been out for a while now, and I've seen played a couple of places. But yeah, it's a nice little decent kind of family style game. There is farting in there, which like, everybody loves a good fart joke. And
Okay.
whenever you fall into the pit, like the whatever color you are, like your person can be green or yellow or blue or purple or whatever, like a splatter of, my daughter calls it poop. I think it's blood, but it's basically you. And it just shoots out into the direction of the platform, and sometimes the other player gets covered in it. It's pretty amusing. Um but yeah, I'm liking that. It's gotten it's gotten better because initially I was starting to go like, we shouldn't play this game. I don't want to do this because I'm banging my head up against this thing and it doesn't feel like it's making it any more accessible, and it doesn't feel like we're necessarily getting better at it right now. So it just becomes kind of frustrating. But then I started to see some of those accessibility features kind of creep in, and I was like, oh, okay, they were actually smart enough to make this a little easier for people, so the difficulty curve isn't so crazy. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right. So what else? All right, so I guess we take a quick break and we get to the flashback segment. And we're back. So let's get into the flashback segment. So let's see, we're going back 10 years ago. What came out this week? And we got, well, there's only one game that's really worth mentioning, and it's Uncharted 4, the last Uncharted game to come
Pretty
out.
big game.
Yeah. Well, besides, if you don't count the it's not really DLC, expansion, a standalone expansion, because you can play it by yourself, right? You don't need a main game for that. But yeah, this is essentially the last numbered Uncharted game to come out, and this is him finally seeing his brother, even though I didn't know he had a brother. But it's also Troy Baker, so everybody's like, "Oh, look, the two people who we always see talking for people, Troy Baker and what? Damn, I forgot the other guy.
Nolan North.
Nolan North. So it's like, yeah, there you go. And yeah, I still have not finished this game. I think I stopped right where when you find Troy Baker again, even after you realize he was like working with the bad guys or something, and like your wife kind of got upset with you, but then she comes back. Yeah, she comes back to help you. That's where I had stopped it in that game. I haven't gone back to it. I mean, one day I will. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I like it, but I think I was at the point where I was like, man, this is just a movie. It's not.
It really was.
Yeah, it's like it's not as like an action shooter like it always thought it was. And look, look, it's fine. Like that's fine because it's still cool. But yeah, I think I was looking for a little bit more. I wanted something a little bit more than just something like that. Like basically, like, hey, it's basically a movie, but I can do more in it. Like I think I wanted more puzzly stuff. I wanted more like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because for me, this was like you said, a movie. Basically, I just wanted to see where the story was going to go. I had zero interest in the gameplay for the most part. Like I had turned on all the accessibility stuff of like headshots, auto headshots and auto targeting and all that stuff. So I was basically like popping out of cover, bop, 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 move on with my life because I was over that stuff, and I wanted to see the story, and it was an interesting story. It was a nice wrap up to that series, and kind of you saw the evolution of Drake and him kind of grow up and become more family oriented, and yeah, it just felt like it was kind of a chore to do all this combat in between.
Yeah, I think I probably wanted more puzzle. They had like more something like puzzly in it.
Because even the climbing stuff was pretty much just kind of autopilot, right? Like you didn't really have to think too much about where you had to climb to next or do any of that stuff. It was literally just, okay, do the next yellow painted thing.
But yeah, so this was like Drake's. Yeah, this is Drake's last game. This was the first Uncharted game on PS4 too. I mean, essentially the first, and not one last, but like I said, they had the
because they did the short DLC stuff, which was also good.
So this was and then they became more focused on Last of Us and Last of Us remakes. All right, so and well, I guess technically it did do the Uncharted remake, but it was not remake, or like remastered, but it was the remaster of the 4 and the expansion, which is funny. Like the PC, so they didn't do like one for PC, right? Like for 1, 2, and 3, or
I
they
think the
or they just
collection did eventually
yeah.
come.
I mean, it came out, but it's like it came out after this, and
Yeah.
that was weird. That was like, what? Why would you come out with 4 and
Oh, look, you can actually get
the
the Legacy of the Thieves collection for $16 right now on the PC. But I actually
that's just
is this?
that's 4 and
Yeah,
is that
I was gonna say
yeah.
that's just for the DLC though. The Nathan
Yeah,
Drake
so
collection.
did 3? So the first 3 never did come. I thought maybe they did
I'm
eventually put it
looking
out.
now. Yeah, because I think they did. I thought they did. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe they didn't. So yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that's what I always found odd. Because I don't remember them saying it, but maybe I missed it. But because that's what I always found odd. Like I was like, man, why they put 4 in the DLC or expansion, but not the first 3?
Mm.
But yeah, whatever. They're saying like, nope, we'll keep them exclusive. Just gotta get the PlayStation Plus so you can do the cloud streaming of it or something.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's too much work to get PS3 games running on anything else, I guess.
So what else is there? But they did have a PS4 of that, didn't they? I think I could have
Yeah,
sworn they
they
had a
had a
PS4
PS4
master.
of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
All
It's
right, so
very
that's it
weird.
for 2016. So then we go back to 2006, 20 years ago. And we have nothing because I don't know why you even highlight that. It ain't worth even talking about. So, I mean, you put Over the Hedge in the Nintendo DS version of Over the Hedge. Like, why?
I've got it right
Why?
here, Dominic. I'm holding it. I'm not actually
Well, what
holding it.
does it
It's in the
matter? It's a
drawer.
lot of games I have that I didn't put up here. But yeah, it really was nothing. But Over the Hedge, the movie was 20 years ago. Came
Yep.
out. The Bruce Willis DreamWorks movie.
DreamWorks at its peak.
Yep.
I think this might actually be one of my favorite DreamWorks movies, even though I've probably only seen it one time ever.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have no problem
remember
with it.
enjoying it.
I mean, I like Ants when it first came out.
Yeah, you know what? I liked Ants too. I think initially I liked it more than
he loved Woody Allen. Yes,
I mean, obviously, before I knew. That was before I could conceptualize what his pedophilia meant to me.
I kept thinking he did Yoko Ono. I kept thinking that was who was his daughter.
Yeah.
I did.
God, she's weirdly old for his daughter.
Yeah, because I mean, I was just thinking like, oh, yeah, I guess she's older now. I guess she's older, but not realizing how old she.
Not realizing she was our age the entire time.
But yeah, because Ants, and then Shrek came out. So because I was like, oh yeah, they did Ants. I say, yeah, Ants was great. But then it's like, why the way we talk about Ants? But now I don't know, it's because did people not think it was that good, or because of Woody Allen? And because I remember being rated okay when it came out. I remember Cisco and EU gave it 2 thumbs up. I remember that commercial. And I always said, like, hey, I like Ants better than Bug's Life because it felt more adult. That's what I said as a kid. That's how I felt like I was grown up seeing Ants. But anyway, yeah. So what else we got here? Oh, yeah. Actually, there is a big game that came out. Uno was released on the Xbox Arcade, man. 10 years ago.
I don't even know why you have this highlighted, Dominic.
20 years ago.
You spent so much time playing this game.
Man, like Uno,
you saw so many dicks.
This is one of Xbox Arcade's biggest games. I wonder sales wise, like where is this rank up there? Because this game, man, I played all the time. Like every time, like I used to work overnight at Target. Like before I go to work, I would play like some matches of this playing online against people. Even like chat with this man, and like I always got I would get like angry at people for doing things, and I would say something. A person called me out on it, as they rightfully should. But I doubled down. Though. on that. Not that I was right. But yeah, man, like that. That was cool. Yeah, that was a game I played mostly online. Like, yeah, I played like online a lot against people and things of that nature. And like, yeah, I became like I thought of myself as like a Uno aficionado. Like I was an ultimate Uno player, and like I would be like, hey, why would you give that guy a draw two? Like you should know that guy the card like what card
You're
he has. Like he
counting
has a good
cards.
card
You're
last.
counting Uno cards.
Yeah,
He's clearly
I was
got
like,
greens.
yeah, it's like he kept picking a card. Now you know it's like this is the color you had. Why would you give that guy a draw two? So you should let him go. He might can do something to stop him. And I say you take this too seriously. I said it's serious. I bought this game. But but yeah.
According to
man,
Wiki, it's got more than 2 million in sales. So,
well, I mean that's good.
Yeah.
You mean like 2 million people bought it, or $2 million?
Yeah,
I'm
like
about to say
copies.
$2 million. That is nothing. I said, what the hell? But yeah, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that makes sense. And it to me, it's still the best Uno game out there because even when Ubisoft got it and do their own, it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good, man. And like I'm like, darn, man. I said, why can't I could just copy what they did? But no, yeah, I want to do something crazy. I forgot why that one was. I didn't like that one as much. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't. Yeah, it just didn't. It just wasn't the same. I mean, me and my friend got it because he would play Uno too, and then we would play together on there, and then we would play. And then when they got Uno Rush, we played that too. That was fun. And that was it. Yeah, and that was Ubisoft still hadn't gotten Uno yet. And man, god darn, man, those Xbox 360 arcade days, man. I mean, online was so great, and it was those were the great days. Those were good old days. And what else is there? I never got anybody to do video chat in there, so I was lucky. I didn't see no penises or nothing like some people probably had happen to them.
Yeah.
So I wasn't irate. So I was good. That was good. All right. One more thing happened. Activision, they acquired Red Octane 20 years ago, which are the guys that did Guitar Hero. So after they did Guitar Hero, Activision got them, and then they started doing Guitar Hero and ran it to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, because Red Octane is like the people that did the hardware for like Guitar Hero, whereas Harmonix, was the developer behind it. And then then they split off, and Harmonix went in one direction and started doing Rock Band.
Neversoft, right?
Yeah. Neversoft was doing Guitar Hero at the end, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Neversoft was doing it when they left.
Yeah, so it's been kind of like all over the place. It's weird.
So who was doing the Spider-Man games? Raven or something, or multiple people?
Beanox, I think.
Oh, okay.
They're the last ones that I can remember making Spider-Man games.
Who did Shattered? Did they do Shattered Dimensions? Beanox?
I think Beanox did, yeah.
Yeah, because Neversoft wasn't doing any more Tony Hawk's either. Yeah, because who did that Tony Hawk board game when the Wii board came out?
I forget who did that. Yeah,
Tony Hawk did it.
Tony Hawk was developing.
That's why he was angry. That's why he was angry when people gave it bad scores and everything.
Tony Hawk Ride was Robomoto. That's who was doing the Tony Hawk games at the end there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for the flashback segment. So we're going to take a quick break when we get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. Let's get to the gaming news. So what we got?
All right, Dominic. First up, we got a release date finally for Mina the Hollower. That game was originally supposed to come out Halloween of last year and got delayed kind of indefinitely. Didn't really have any, date. And then they came out and said, yeah, we're just polishing it up. We just want it to be perfect. Now we have a date, and it's actually closer than you might think. It's May 29th, so from the day of recording this, it's only 20 days away. This is the newest Yacht Club Games game. The guys who did Shovel Knight. Yeah, and it is basically an homage to the Game Boy Color Zelda games, the Oracle games, Link's Awakening, that style thing, mixed with a little bit of maybe some Dark Souls-esque stuff, like Corpse Run kind of stuff. I played the demo of it. The demo of it didn't quite get me as much as I thought it might, but I am still pretty optimistic about this game. I haven't actually seen a price for it yet, which is a little bit surprising to me. But I wouldn't necessarily expect it to be over $30, but I could end up being wrong. I think anything 30 or below is an instant purchase for me, unless they're like awful reviews that come out or something like that. Yeah, I am excited about this game. Do you have any interest, or is there a level of interest there for you?
I mean, yeah. It looks all right. I'm not really, I'm not high on anything, but I'll try it out to see if it hooks me or anything.
Yeah. So that looks pretty good.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
I just totally forgot about it. Like, I always forgot that it was delayed.
Yeah, it's definitely been just kind of falling off the radar for a little bit now. All right, next up, Dominic. Double Fine is unionizing. This is good news, I guess. You and I were talking about this before recording, though. And the thing that concerns me when you have like a singular studio is it feels like it's going to get targeted, right? It could very easily be Microsoft shuts them down now, and their past two games have not been spectacular hits. So, it's honestly a little surprising that they've made it this far. And now to kind of put a target on your head as far as, unionizing, I don't know what this does for them. Hopefully it's a positive, but the reality is, like, when you and I talk about unionizing video games, it can't just be one company at a time, one developer at a time. It needs to be the entire industry, like, Hollywood. Now, and I think I've said this in the past, and I just haven't gotten around to doing the research, but like, how did we get to, Hollywood unionization? Did it happen studio by studio? Did it happen department by department? Because to me, at the very least, that's the way it needs to start happening, right? You all of a sudden you have artists across many developers, or sound engineers across many developers, or mocap people, stuff like that, where then you do have kind of this higher level of collective bargaining, the ability to say, okay, well, if you're not going to cooperate with us, we've got these other companies that, my compadres are working for, that I can potentially go and work for. I worry about it, because like Double Fine's never been a company that you pick up because they're going to make you money. And hopefully Microsoft continues to understand that. I'm sure when they bought them originally, the intent was not for them to just bring in truckloads of money, but probably give them some level of like gamer cred, right? Where it's like, yeah, we're going to fund these guys. They're going to make
some games on Game Pass.
Yeah, and to make some, quote unquote filler games for Game Pass, basically. Yeah, so hopefully that they let them continue to do their thing and help them when they do need to, and this unionization effort doesn't have any negative effects on them, because it shouldn't. At the end of the day, like, these people should have the ability to collectively bargain, especially when you're a small part of a much larger organization. And that's not even talking, Microsoft. One step above you is Xbox, and you kind of have to negotiate there before you even get to the to the Microsoft level. So yeah, it definitely seems like they need to do some stuff there. This one, Dominic, popped up on me a little bit. I feel like I recall us briefly talking about it, but NFL 2K, that was being revived at some point. Like they had worked out a deal with the NFL that they could, make that happen, and we'd finally potentially see a competitor to
Yeah.
Madden.
I just don't remember this announcement. I mean, like
Yeah,
it must be an announcement. I went to one ear out the other until I think it's more like until I see something, I'm not going to react. And look at
right.
this.
Yeah,
And,
exactly. I'm trying to think of. I saw earlier what year it had been discussed, but now Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of 2K, has kind of put it to bed and said, it just did not creatively work out, and they're no longer going to be working on it.
And that's fine because the 2K thing that's so long ago. I mean,
yeah. Well, you need competitors for Madden, right? If we're ever going to hope that they get better.
Oh yeah. You know what? I guess, yeah, looking at that standpoint, yes. But for some reason, I just think that's never going to happen.
I mean, for these reasons, exactly.
like maybe that's what it is. I'm just not looking at it it's just one company, one sport, man. And until which sucks. Like a 2K to me.
Wasn't there talk of them EA doing NBA again soon?
Oh, yes. I mean, there was talk, but yeah, like that's another thing. Whereas, like,
talk.
I'd rather for them to focus on NCAA basketball game potentially. Really with 2K, like I'd rather if they're going to do that. So I know EA was thinking about doing that too, but they want exclusive rights to it. Right. And I'm like, yeah, no. I said, nope, you're not going to, because you just want no competition. It's like, nah, man, fuck you. It's like, 2K. So if they're going to do one, I'd rather 2K to do the NCAA basketball and focus on that.
Yeah.
Like, because I think I gave it up on NFL. Like NFL, I pretty much gave it up on it. Like I don't even give a fuck. I was like, I'll just take NCAA football. I was like, you know what? And like fuck them. Fuck the NFL or whatever. Because man just ruined it. I mean, because they just ruined it for me, man. Like I just don't even care.
Yeah, I would be concerned with the way the 2K games are now with the card packs, and obviously Madden is this way too. Like, what are they making that game for? Are they actually making it to be a competitor to Madden, or are they just making it to be something that hopefully the whales will hop onto and just pump a bunch of money into their card packs and never actually really play the game much at all anyway? All right, Dominic. This is kind of a big one. I missed talking about it last week, even though it hadn't really been confirmed at the point we were recording. It was still just kind of some words floating around, some hearsay that GameStop was going to make a bid to purchase eBay, which in my head just doesn't even make sense because eBay seems like a much more successful company than GameStop. But apparently GameStop CEO has an idea of how this purchase is going to happen. He's got some cash, based off of this whole meme stock thing where they bought back some stock. So they're basically going to try, I think it was a $56 million deal to try and purchase eBay, half stock, half cash, allegedly. But when the CEO was interviewed on TV, they're like, well, the numbers kind of don't add up because you don't have that much money in either way. Where is the other money going to come from? And he's just like, half stock, half cash. Details are on the website. As it turns out, no details on the website. I feel like this has to be a joke, right, Dominic? Like, I get that this guy thinks like this is his way to his bonus, but this can't actually happen, right? Like this failing video game retailer is gonna pivot into the Pokemon card collecting scene by taking over eBay. Is that really the awful future that we are letting ourselves fall into? You still there? Shit, what happened now?
Oh, that's why you couldn't hear me, because my mic had cut out on Yeah, because I was wondering why you was just talking over me. I said, "You son of a bitch, you rude, you rude asshole."
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, but no, yeah, I don't know nothing like about the financial stuff with GameStop. I mean, from what I heard before, yeah, I wouldn't think they could buy eBay, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell has happened since then. That's like I was thinking like, oh, they must have maybe something. I mean, maybe I didn't hear it. They must have got a lot
Sold
of
a
money
whole
now.
bunch of Funko Pops, Dominic. That's what they did.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's like yeah, because now that's it hasn't happened yet or anything. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I have no idea what this is all about. So I'm like, well, until they say they're going to do it, like it's going to officially be done, then
Yeah.
it's nothing's happening.
I really hope this is just kind of a stunt and nothing comes of it outside of maybe some embarrassment for this guy that seems like kind of a douchebag.
Blockbuster's going to buy eBay.
That's now we're talking. No, Blockbuster's going to buy GameStop, and then they'll both buy. GameBuster is then going to buy eBay. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the collection market, as far as like Pokemon cards, Magic cards, and all that. I mean, even the video game stuff, like the fact that last year I was able to sell like Pokemon games that I bought when I was 12 or whatever for ridiculous amounts of money. Like there's just something broken here with our system. And the idea that like this scumbag is going to take a failing retail business like GameStop, and like I've said it before, like they obviously need to pivot, but I don't think this is the pivot. I don't think this is a good way to pivot, and I think you potentially ruin I guess, decent company like eBay. I have no idea what's going on with eBay, but as far as like a service, it seems relatively fine to me. And the idea that you would muck that up with GameSpot's, disgustingness. I mean, mostly because like it feels like if they're able to go through with this, it's basically going to be saddling eBay with a whole bunch of their debt, just like we've seen a lot of these other companies like EA, where it's like you're buying this company basically with its own money. Like, how does that make sense? Only to say that, oh no, like they don't have any money and they have to make the money back, but they can't make the money back because it's a failing business now run by even worse leadership. Like, oh my God, it all feels fake. And yeah, so I don't want them ruining something that seems decent. Go figure yourselves out. I mean, obviously GameStop has to do something different. Digital games are on the rise. You know, uh, you got game key cards from Nintendo that people allegedly don't like, but at least is something that kind of a kowtow in between two a business like GameStop, where okay, it's effectively digital, but it gives you something that you can sell back to them that they can then sell to somebody else, even though the reality is like Nintendo could turn that thing off on the server and then you'd never have access to it. But that's basically every game on a disc now because those things get updated immediately the day that they come out. So it just felt like a cheap in between, and GameStop, I don't know what they do. They've tried kind of everything, right? They tried publishing games at one point. They published the that Song of the Deep game for Insomniac many years ago, and that didn't seem to really work out for them. So I don't know. I hate to break it to them, but it just sounds like maybe it's time to pack it up and find something else. But I guess they've decided that they're going to, and that something else is collectibles and Pokemon cards. And I don't think anybody wins in that scenario. So
I seen the video of like these people just fighting, man. But as the new card packs came out for Pokemon,
oh yeah, I
in
mean
like a
it's insane.
Walmart, man.
It is absolutely
And it's so
insane.
funny because like the people around seemed like they were just calm, and they were just like they were still shopping for the cards. They're still trying to grab the cards as
Yeah.
the guys are fighting around them. And I'm like, this is
My favorite
ridiculous.
ones are the ones where it's like, yeah, the guys get into a fight, and then you see like one of those calm people just like slowly slide over and grab one of the boxes from out of like the scalper's cart.
Yeah,
Just like yoink, I'll be gone now.
and
Yeah, I don't know.
they gotta do lock cages with them. Yeah, they gotta do like cigarettes. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Go back to the electronics department that was own segmented like plexiglass in area.
yeah.
Sell them out of there. Sell them out of the Toys R Us back room. You got to give me a little card in exchange for what you want. All right, Dominic, the inevitable is here. The Switch 2 will be raising its price in the United States $50 in September. Oddly enough, this is also happening kind of worldwide. In Japan, it is going up at the end of this month. Actually, I told you
What's $50? Like
when
a
you,
million?
what's that?
I said, what's the $50? Like a million yen?
It used to be like 5,000 or something like that yen, or like 500 yen or something like that. But with all the like changing prices in the past couple of years, I lost track of that. It used to be a relatively like it used to make sense. It was just like,
7,833.
oh yeah, see that's broken now. It used to be like 5,000, and yeah,
Yeah.
now 7,000. That's lame. Yeah, and in Japan, I haven't seen it in America yet, but in Japan, like they're also raising the cost of Nintendo Online, as well as a whole bunch of the other like ancillary things related to Nintendo. But I haven't seen any of that for North America yet, just the price increase. They did stop
What about the Pokemon
producing.
clock? Is the Pokemon clock going up in price?
I
Like
don't know about the
the,
Pokemon clock, but
the alarm clock or
snoozo,
whatever.
or yeah,
Snooze, yeah, the sleep thing, whatever.
Alarmo. That's what it is, Alarmo. I don't know, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised. But yeah, so here we are once again, Dominic, talking about things getting older and going up in price instead of down in price. It felt pretty much inevitable. The
A new
weirdest
business
part
strategy.
of this, well, that's the thing. The weirdest part of this to me is the fact that in North America, or at least in the United States, you're not raising the price of this thing for another 4 months. So what are you doing here? Is this just a way for them to short term push more Switches, get people to buy them ahead of that price increase so that they don't, suffer from that? I think a large portion of that's exactly what it is, right?
Yeah, man. It's. I mean, that's what I could have to think, because why would you say that ahead of time? Usually people say
Yeah.
it like within weeks, at most
Mhm.
weeks. Like
Yeah, weeks. Yeah, like
so
2 weeks.
yeah. And
Which
so
even
it's
then, you saw it with the PlayStation, it raised the price, or raised the sales immediately.
yeah. And yeah, for them to do months, yeah, that seems like that's a business strategy for that, man. And that might be the thing to do from now on. Just say like, hey, this is going up in this many months, so hurry up and buy it now. Like anything, like just Like nothing goes down in price anymore. It just goes out of stock. That's how we're gonna do. We're just gonna go out of stock. We're not gonna go down in price. We're not gonna try to make it so we can get rid of it. We're just gonna go up.
Yeah. And I wonder, like, if that much of a runway gives them the opportunity, if things smooth out economically, to then go, oh, never mind. Sorry about that. We, the economics at the time, projections, blah, 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 made us think we were going to have to do this. As it turns out, no, we aren't going to have to do this. And then, like, just backpedal. Like, do you think they could do that? Or is it not even worth it because people are going to buy it at, $50 more regardless?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they probably just.
I mean, especially if they do come out with a strong library of games. If they have a Ocarina of Time remake,
they know end times
allegedly.
are coming, Daniel. They try to get as much money as they can to take it to the whatever it happens.
To bargain with Satan? Like, what is it?
Yeah,
what do they,
exactly.
What do they do with the money?
If they know money can go beyond. Can go like
You've
that.
only got so many eyes to put gold pieces on at this point, Dominic. I don't know.
Or like, I mean, I'm saying like the money for when the apocalypse shit happens. They have enough money to have for their bunkers or whatever they gonna be in to stay safe.
Yeah.
Or like that place, some sky place, some place that's like tall, like, hey, it's a floating city, and we're all going to stay there while everybody kill each other while they're on the ground surface of the earth. I've seen those RPGs. Those RPGs that happen where like, those JRPGs, like they'd be like those sky people. They were all rich, while everybody on the bottom, they were all fighting wars and everything.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got, man?
All right, and some other Nintendo news, Dominic. We finally got the Star Fox game.
And whatever. We got a remake of the 64 game, which apparently seems like all games are remade from that, which I didn't even know.
All games are based around the first game, which are then, the Star Fox 64 is like loosely based on the first game, even though you play as the son of James Fox McCloud or whatever, James McCloud as Fox McCloud, and then Peppy is like his old former teammate as well as Pigma. But then like Zero is a retelling of the one, and then that's been the whole discourse around this thing is like another Star Fox 64. And to me, it really feels like kind of the easiest way out for them is to go back to the last game that had an overall positive vibe around it. And that was Star Fox 64. It also feels like, for me at least, an easy nostalgia play, because I very much feel targeted by this. But on the opposite end of it's a very, very good looking game, with one exception. The character models look very, very odd. They're maybe a little too human whilst also looking too realistically like the animal that they're based on.
I don't know how the Furby community feels about, because I don't know, are they into the realistic look or not? I have no idea. Based on the drawings, they don't look like they are. But I don't know.
The drawings usually do. Yeah, they feel a little more cartoony. I feel like there is a like quality to these characters of like an actual costume, like one you might see out in the real world, somebody wearing, which does have that like uncanny valley creepiness of like, oh, this is a human proportioned person looking like an animal. So it's a little on the odd side for me. My initial impression of it, just based on like the first time when watching this, because the first thing I saw was like the meme of the like stoned fox puppet or whatever, that is just like creepy looking. He's kind of sitting upright.
Yeah,
and it was like Star Fox, and I was like, did they announce something? So I went, to YouTube and I watched the video, and it's Miyamoto introducing like, hey, Fox was in this movie, and they show the clip of Fox, and he looks super cool in the movie, and then he's got this like anime style, like 80s anime style intro in the movie that looks really cool too. And then they show this Fox, and I'm like, why didn't you just do one of those two art styles? That was the best that Fox has ever looked in, like both of those. Like that was awesome. And now we have this, which looks like Guardians of the Galaxy, the video game, compared to the movie Guardians of the Galaxy, where there's just like this weird uncanny valley kind of knockoff feeling to it, where it's just like, why did you choose to do it this way? There is some speculation around the idea that the reason they made them so kind of like human-y and with human proportions is because of the like VTuber style stuff that they have, where you can use Fox as an avatar to talk to your friends in game chat, which I think is a novel concept, especially if you're doing like the multiplayer and they can have you like come up in the comms like Star Fox would or Slippy would during the game. But just as far as like the game chat portion of it, I just game chat feels like a failed concept. And like I like the idea of game share even. And this is going to have like up to 4-player game share, which in a vacuum is cool until you experience it. And then you're like, man, the frame rate has been like cut in half because you're running 4 instances of the game on one system. And I'm glad I didn't have to buy this 4 times, but also like, can't you not stream it? Can't you just like have everybody download like a 10 meg something or other to run
have a
it?
goddamn server. Well, one or the other, man. Damn.
Yeah, something. So yeah, and this game's it's gonna be $50. It's not a crazy thing. It's gonna be $50 digitally, I should say, $60 physical. Now, some of the things you're seeing now are like larger retailers like Amazon and Walmart either selling it for $50 as physical or giving you like a gift card to do the balance of it, which kind of now it's going to get messy, right? Because like mom and pop video game stores, if they even exist anymore, can't really do that same kind of bargain. So now you're going to have people who are like, okay, well, like the best place for me to buy this is the big box place. I just it feels like we're just like making the top of the economy even heavier and heavier. Once again, but that's whatever. Beside the point. Star Fox, $50. Yeah, this becomes a little bit easier of a pill for me to swallow at $50. That game was definitely not $50 when I bought the 64 version and it came with the Rumble bag back in the day. So, it's a deal to me, Dominic. But really, I have so much nostalgia for Star Fox 64, and nothing else has really lived up to that. I enjoyed the Star Fox Adventures more than I think most people probably did, and I thought the R-Wing levels in that were awesome. Like at the time, I was like, man, why didn't they just take this and to make an actual Star Fox game with it as well? And that never kind of came to fruition, and none of the other games ever really clicked with me that much. So it's very easy for me to go, ooh, Star Fox 64 again, but now it's prettier. But I don't know if this works long term for Star Fox. Like, it's already the meme that the game is just the same game over and over and over and over again. But I just don't know. Does it work for anybody outside of like people that are, nostalgia perverse like myself?
Okay, so, but no, I mean, it doesn't work in that way. I mean, look, the game looks good. I did like Star Fox 64. That was like really the one I really played the most, just like most
Mhm.
people. And I played a little bit of the one that came on the Wii U. That was it really for Star Fox for me. Like mostly
Mhm.
he's just like just like most people probably play with him Smash. So it
Yeah.
I mean like yeah, I don't I wanted another Star Fox game or like yeah, something like it, but yeah, I kind of wish they would have did just a new game or something.
Yeah.
I don't know why they had to do. I mean, they don't have to do it, but they chose to do a remake, and because like, I feel like if you're gonna go this far out to really change, just make a fucking game. But I mean, I guess the easy thing is that hey, you already have the what the level is. You just
Yeah.
make it just adding stuff, and but I'm like, yo, you're Nintendo. Like you don't need that. You got time to and y'all creative. We seen y'all do be creative, so I'm like, just do a new game. I'd rather for you
Yeah.
to remake Star Fox 2 than shit, because I don't know nothing about that fucking game.
And it's one thing if you're like, we need to reintroduce Star Fox, so we're gonna give them this, and then we've got a new project down the line. But like, you reintroduce them, you put them in the biggest movie of the summer, basically. With the Mario Galaxy movie, like that was everybody's introduction. Now
You
they
can
want a
re-
game that's
you
on the
can
shelf.
reduce them in a sequel, really, because all you do is be like, this is Star Fox.
Yeah. But like that's what I mean. Like people are familiar with the character now. Now they want to go home
Yeah.
and play a Star Fox game. So like you could give them any Star Fox game. Why not give them a new one instead of just the same one again? But again, feels just kind of like the easy way out, which is somewhat disappointing. That's where my real disappointment comes from. The graphics thing of it all, like I'm sure I'll get over that. I'm intrigued. They're going to
Oh
add
no! Oh yeah.
cutscenes.
I mean, the looks of them are not great, but it's like I'm playing the ship, really.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
whatever.
mostly, yeah. They're
There's no
adding
other ship
cutscenes to
stuff.
it. They're also doing they're adding some mode stuff, which sounds cool. They're also doing like a prologue where you play as James McLeod, when he gets assassinated by Pigma. So,
Well, we
that
don't.
that stuff
Well,
should
like
be
someone
cool.
said, you don't really see him die, so they leave it open for them to
Yeah.
interpretation with that. But then again, it's like
Yeah,
to
because
me, I
he
feel
does
like
appear at the end of 64, whether, as a vision or, as
yeah.
an actual person.
But the thing is like I don't trust them doing anything new with this. I feel like this is it, and then 20 years later we'll get a remake.
We're gonna get a remake of the remake of the remake. Yeah. So I am cautiously optimistic about this. It very much feels again like a nostalgia play, almost directly directed at me specifically because of how much time I spent with that original game and kind of waiting for something new from Star Fox. And never really thought that, a remake of 64 would really be something on the table. Um, but at the same time, like what I want and what I need are two different things. And what I need is for people to be creative and give me the thing that I can't even think of because I'm not on their level, right? And that's what I always hope for from Nintendo. And then as of late, it's just kind of been like, oh, here's the thing you knew you wanted. And that's what it feels like, even with if we get an Ocarina of Time remake, that's the difference between that and a Breath of the Wild or a Tears of the Kingdom. So we shall see, Dominic. We shall see. Star Fox comes out at the end of June, I believe. So not a shadow drop, but not far off. And seemingly a good way to kick off the summer before you get that, and then the Splatoon Raiders later on, and then by that time we've got to have had a bigger Nintendo Direct to show off whatever else they've got this year. And allegedly it's going to be good because now it's going to cost $50 more, Dominic.
Yep. All right. So what else we got, man?
That's it for the news that I've got, Dominic. Did you see anything
Nah, the
else?
Xbox Stranger what's it called? The
Oh, yeah. What is that game called? Stranger's Paradise?
yeah, something like that. But it's a stranger than
Stranger than
fiction.
Heaven.
Stranger than
Yeah,
heaven.
Stranger Than
Yeah.
Heaven. I didn't actually watch this. Tell me about this.
Okay. Well then, I didn't watch it either. Then fuck it. We can't even
Okay.
talk about it. Jesus Christ. But I watched some of it. I watched some of it, but through someone's stream, so they're talking. So I know.
This is the guys behind Yakuza, right?
Yeah. The Yakuza, and
Okay.
it's the game where it takes place at different timelines, like in the past. It's all in the past, but different time periods, like 50s, 60s, 70s.
Right.
And it has Snoop Dogg in here, and this other black guy who might be a rapper too. I mean, it's got a lot of famous people too. And there are other famous people. But like those are the Americans I can know of. And like the whole production, like the whole thing. This is all Xbox. This is part of the direct thing, and like it's very like it's done almost like a movie. Like I mean, it gets like good vibes too, but it goes really like deep, like Snoop Dogg and the other actor, like them describing their characters is all dramatic. Like man, it just feels so weird. Maybe some people might think it's cringe. I don't think it's really cringe for me. I just think it's just like, well, why they going this hard on it? It's like I don't know. It's like
Is it like they're just like overly passionate about it? Is that what it is?
no, I mean it seems like it's a script though. And it don't seem
Oh,
like they're
okay.
just talking. It's not just them talk. That's what I'm saying. I wish it was just them
Yeah.
talking
So I
about it.
mean, what we've been seeing out of these developer directs,
Yeah,
basically,
but it's
like,
like them sitting down and the way they got the cameras viewed on them is different.
uh,
It's different than that though. Like
okay,
it feels scripted, but in a different way. Like a very high even more high production value than what it has been done before.
gotcha.
And like it's just like why are they spending so much money on that? And
I don't know. The
yeah,
candle budget in this one guy's background must be atrocious.
and then you
Maybe they
have
filmed it on the void, Dominic.
and then they have like a big set. Like people are on this set talking about the game of like a set that's supposed to like it looked like it take place in the maybe the 50s or something. Japan, they're playing this jazz music and stuff like that. And people wearing all these outfits and clothes. And it's like, dude, they got like this is a whole production thing they got going on here. Just to
Yeah.
talk about this game. And I'm like, man, they like it's really like it's like they're really going big on this.
Meanwhile, that other game with the big guy, uh, like lost its funding and can't even get released anymore, Dominic.
Yeah, that's why I was very confused about this game because I was thinking like, wait a minute, I thought this game didn't have no funding. How are we having a direct for this?
I confused these two as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh no, they're different games. Yeah, because I was
Yeah,
like,
because
okay,
I
that
don't
game
think I
wasn't.
even know what that other game's name is. Now
Yeah,
that I
I
think
mean,
about it.
I don't know the title. But I mean, I'm excited for this because I like the studio.
Mm.
So, yeah, man. I mean, but it looks like they're really going really hard on this, man. Yeah, I had to go watch it, and I'll probably talk about it next week some more about it. But yeah, this game it comes out. Actually, they don't even have
It
release
just
date
Yeah, I
on
just
the
saw
Xbox
something
Game
here
Pass
about.
like of it. Like when I'm clicking on it, like to say, hey, if I want to,
It
they
just
don't got
says
no purchase.
coming this winter.
Yeah, I don't have no purchase options. I can't even Man, they got this big as direct. Man. I'm thinking they're gonna have like you can damn pre-order or something, but nah, you can't even do that. But yeah, I now here's the thing. I don't know if this is on Game Pass or not because I want them to
It
do it.
is because I'm looking here and I'm like, man, they're showing Xbox Series, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud, Steam, and PS5 even, and I'm like, man, like they're doing all this advertisement for it. And it's not even Game Pass, but in the bottom left corner it says Xbox Anywhere and Xbox Game Pass. So yeah, this should be
Okay,
on Game Pass.
all right. On install size, it does say 10.12 megabits. I don't know.
It's definitely not the full size of the game.
But I'm saying, but like, what? I can't install anything, so it's not even like a pre-order thing. So like, I don't know.
I really hate this whole like Game Pass bugging me to pre-install something that's not going to be out for like 6 months. Like, what are you putting on my computer outside of like some tracking bug or something like, tracking cookie?
Like, why am I pre-installing this early, man? Like, doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like that's so stupid.
Maybe the reality is it's like, it's just, oh, hey, when it comes out, this is a thing that'll say like, okay, this is going to be downloaded once it's ready to be downloaded. But even then, it's just like, just set up a reminder for me or something.
Yeah, just a reminder. Just put a reminder out there, man. Damn.
I don't need you taking up any of my computer space.
All right. Yeah, man. That's it then.
All right.
I ain't getting sleepy.
Yep. New release, Dominic had just mixtape. Talked about that earlier. That's now out on PC, Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Nah, nothing that I saw really that was worth mentioning. There was like one other game, but it didn't even have a
It's a review for the Steam controller. The Steam controller release, man.
Yes, the Steam controller, did go on sale and immediately sold out. They've got a queue system now, so you can add to that, and then when they come back in stock, they will let you know and give you like 3 days to purchase it. I don't understand why they didn't just do that initially, because they had done that with the Steam Decks as far as I remember, because you had to have like a Steam account that was valid for the past like 3 or 6 months or something, and it purchased the game. And like, I kind of like that level of vetting where it's like, okay, you do have to jump through a couple of hoops here to show that you're a real person and not just, a bot account. I opened up 7 accounts so that I could order 7 Steam controllers or something like that. I like a little bit of that. Maybe they felt like because it's just a controller, it's relatively low stakes, and they would implement something like that with, the Steam machine when it comes out, or the Steam frame, but didn't need to do that with this. But, excuse me, now you've got people on eBay, GameStop's eBay selling these controllers, or at least attempting to, for like $300 and $400, which is just an insane thing. Like, don't do that. You can wait and they'll eventually have more, and then you can give them your money. You don't need this thing that bad. So yeah, I'm still intrigued by it. Still slightly less so because it's more of a Steam thing than a just general, use it on my PC and use it for Xbox Game Pass games type thing. But I, can't get one if I wanted to, Dominic. So I'm not worried about it right now.
Hey, you can.
Yeah.
Hey, you can. They're on eBay.
I can if I wanted to that bad. Yes. Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got, Dominic. You got anything else for the people?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You check us out on Twitter. Dominic's at DStalwart5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at SupaPod, SUPAPOD. SupaPod.com is the website. You can check us out there. It has links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, Stitcher. What am I going back to the old days, Dominic? YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon Music,
Zoom.
Audible, Zoom Player. Any place that you can find an audio podcast, we are basically there. They had scraped our website.
Google Podcasts.
Yes, Google Podcasts, Spreaker. Yeah. But yeah, that's it, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, see you.